Hi everybody, my name is Will Washington. I am a fitness instructor and the owner of WJW Fitness and the creator of projects such as Reconstruction. I've been in this industry for about 10 years now, and I wouldn't necessarily say that at the beginning this was an industry that I made a decision one day that I want to be a fitness instructor. The way it turned out for me is I believe that this industry actually chose me. I've always had a heart to want to help people and to always want to be a positive force in other people's lives. But I never would have thought that being a fitness instructor would have given me the pride that I have in being able to help people the way that I've been able to. This journey began in my early 20s. I was an inventory technician at the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. I remember the day almost as if it were yesterday, but on September 11th, 2001, like many other people, my life changed forever, and I still have visions sometimes. I remember going to work that day like every other day was normal, and I know I had an early morning meeting with a client, and so this client happened to be on the top floor of the Pentagon, 2 corridors away from where terror struck. And so I remember being in the meeting with this client, and all of a sudden someone turned on the television and they were showing the footage of what happened in New York City. And I was standing there with the client. We hadn't started working because we were in amazement. And I was looking at the TV and I said to myself, is this really happening? And then I actually said it out loud to my client and she said, yes, this is real. I can't believe this. About 4 to 5 minutes after making that statement, the building where I was standing completely shook. And it was at that moment that I knew that something was wrong, because this is the Pentagon and the entire building shook. I first ran out a side door and I entered into the courtyard. And I remember running through that courtyard and turning back to see the area that I just left, and saw a building not on fire per se, but I saw a building melting. And it wasn't until I was in the middle of this 14th Street bridge that I stopped running, because I heard a voice in my head say, Will, stop, calm down, and just look. I saw people in horror, in complete fear. And it was at that moment that I realized that I just lost some friends. My life forever had just changed. And so I think I took about 3 days off, and then I knew I had to go back. And when I went back, everything was different. I realized to myself that I didn't want to be afraid anymore. And as that thought hit me, fear was replaced by anger. I became very angry. I became angry at anybody that had the audacity to hurt innocent people. And it was from that day, that moment, that I decided that I wanted to become a police officer, because I felt like I was beginning a journey to help people in a different way now. I wanted to protect people. I wanted to protect the innocent. I wanted to empower people to overcome fears. I wanted to do something good with my life. It was probably the hardest anyone has ever pushed my body, anyone has ever stretched my mind, anyone has ever challenged me on anything. It was the toughest physical experience that I have ever endured. But in receiving all of that physical punishment, somewhere in the middle of that, I fell in love with it. I enjoyed the exercises. I enjoyed being pushed to my limit. I enjoyed somebody pulling the best out of me. I never quit. I enjoyed them trying to break me, because I knew that if I wouldn't break, that I would be something completely different on the other side of this. And I wanted to see for myself what kind of man I could be. Police Academy was a godsend. And so yeah, I became a cop. in Washington, D.C. and worked in one of the hardest districts in D.C., Ward 8. But it was wonderful times. I love all of my brothers and sisters in blue to this day, and wouldn't mind returning to such line of work. But as fate would have it, after a few years on the police force, my life transitioned again. And so here I am now, and I'm no longer a cop, and now I'm faced with a decision of which direction do I want to go. I still had a passion and a strong desire that I can't do anything else except try to get the best out of other people. And it was with that mindset that I decided to look into fitness. When one person found out that I was helping another person through this challenge, they asked, hey, can I come with you two guys to get this done? I said, sure. The next thing I know, that group of 2 or 3 turned into a group of 40 women. 40 women and maybe 2 guys. I wanted to help these people. I refused to let these folk quit. Did I mention that I offered that for free? Meaning I didn't charge anybody any money. Not realizing that one day this would be my life, this would be my business. But out of that group of 40, once our time was up together, every last one of them lost, the less was 15 pounds. Some lost a whole lot more than 15 pounds, but nobody lost less than 15 pounds. And when I saw that, and I saw the smiles and the confidence that it gave these people, I knew that fitness just chose me. And so several classes later, several Zumba classes, boot camps, self-defense classes, later, here I am today. I learned how to be a personal trainer, and I was certified through ISSA as a certified personal trainer. And from there, I started teaching many classes, and thousands of people later, and I don't say thousands to brag, but over the years that I've been in this industry, I've helped a heck of a lot of people. You could not have told me that on the 9/11/2001 that I would be a cop, or that I would get the training necessary to be where I am today. I wasn't going to be afraid anymore. I said, I don't want to be weak anymore. I don't want to be afraid anymore. I want to help people. I want to make sure that what I experienced, if I should ever have to experience terror again, or if I should ever have to experience something traumatic again, I don't want to be so mortified and so messed up on the inside that I can't help others. And I'm proud to say that it pleases me to be walking in my passion of life. I don't know where I'll be in the next 10 years, but I do know this. Wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, I am pretty sure that it's going to be helping somebody else be the best versions of them. And through these years, I can honestly say that's been some of the most proudest moments I've ever had to be a part of. When somebody comes to me and say, heck, that happened just yesterday. One of my clients came to me, she's on several different medications, but yesterday she came to me and said, I'm no longer on blood pressure medicine. I got to get rid of one of my blood pressure medicines. So when somebody comes to me and say I'm no longer on cholesterol medicine, I no longer have to take all these pills, my heart is healthier, I no longer have to go to certain things, I beat cancer, but now I didn't know what to do with my body, and I was always weak until I came to you, and so I didn't think that I would ever be this healthy. When I start getting stories like that where I'm actually being a difference maker in somebody's life, then I can honestly say that my life mattered. And so here I am. This is me in a nutshell. My name is Will Washington. I am the owner and CEO of WJW Fitness. I have several classes, and I am also the creator of Reconstruction, and who knows what the future holds. Thanks for your time. See you next time.